Many teachers ask, how can I motivate my students? How can I get them interested in English? How can I make them participate more? These are reasonable questions. I asked them myself for many years. But after many years of teaching and observing students, I gradually stopped worrying so much about motivation. What changed my thinking was a simple observation. Students who experience success often become motivated. Students who experience repeated failure often lose motivation. This led me to wonder whether motivation is always the cause of success. Perhaps success is often the cause of motivation. When I began using story listening, I noticed something interesting. Many students who seemed unmotivated at the beginning gradually changed. I focused on helping them understand. As students listened to stories they could understand, the language began to make sense. They could follow the events. They could understand the characters. They could enjoy the story. And when learners understand, they experience success. That success builds confidence, and confidence often leads to motivation. Over time, I came to believe that our job as teachers is not to create motivation. Our job is to create the conditions in which success can occur. We provide language that students can understand. We provide rich and compelling input. We help learners connect with meaning. Motivation often follows naturally. One reason teachers become concerned about motivation is that language acquisition is not always visible. We do not see it happening day by day. A student may listen to stories for months before dramatic changes become obvious. A student may read book after book before we notice major improvements. But development is taking place beneath the surface. Vocabulary is growing. Comprehension is growing. Familiarity with the language is growing. Then, one day, the changes become visible. The student reads more fluently. The student understands more. The student becomes more confident. What appears to be a sudden improvement is often the result of a long period of unseen growth. But the process is sometimes faster than we think. And when learners receive optimal input, development is not something we just hope for. It is something we can expect. I also began to question another common assumption. For many years, we assumed that students had to work hard in order to acquire language. But I now think the situation is almost the opposite. Students do not need to struggle with language in order to acquire it. The teacher's responsibility is to provide optimal input. This means making the language comprehensible, compelling, rich, and abundant. It also means not forcing learners to participate in activities that make them defensive or worried about making mistakes. When these conditions are present, acquisition can proceed naturally. When students understand, they remember. When they experience success, confidence grows. And very often, motivation follows. Thank you for listening.